Since we have talked about why men stay in an unhappy marriage, let's talk about why women stay in an unhappy marriage. And there's actually two phases of women staying when they know they are not happy. The first phase, most women are actively trying to fix it. So they will try to connect. They may be asking for attention, asking for getaways, dates, vacations. They will say what they need. Sometimes it's by way of crying or being angry. They will read self-help books. They will go to therapy to see how they can fix themselves so that they can fix the marriage. And then after years of trying, a switch will flip, where they realize nothing ever really changes. They're too hurt. They're too drained. That's when they check out, and you are in phase two.
Who hurt you?
All right, my granddad, Queen. Let me applaud you for that attempt there. When saying that women try to fix it and they try to get attention. But there are several key details you left out of there. Number one, how do women try to get attention? You say they ask for it. Why don't you be a little bit more accurate when you say, okay, what women do is they come up with the most Hail Mary, ludicrous ideas of how to get attention. The most common one is start more fights. Do the exact thing that men despise. That'll work to get more attention. Even though he's fighting, he's giving you more attention, amongst other things, such as creating issues where there aren't any issues, raising the bar of what the minimum is supposed to be, using some examples she read on a magazine somewhere. There are at least a half a dozen more. Another key thing that was completely ignored at her point is, what is a woman's version of fixing it? That's simple. Making herself happy. See, the biggest difference between fixing things is men sacrifice themselves to make sure that their wives and their children are taken care of. That means that they have to sacrifice time to make money. Women, on the other hand, think fixing it is, I have to be happy. It's all about me. I'm the star of this show. So if I'm not happy, then I have to leave, and he has to pay me.
When they really kind of stop asking for things to be different, they stop most of the and the nagging. There is no physical closeness. That's when the marriage is over for her. And often that is the only time men will notice that something is wrong in the marriage. But at that point, it's too late because she has started to emotionally mobilize because she's not going to spend the rest of her life like this. She's getting her nerve up. She is getting financially prepared for the hit because it's very possible she put her career on hold or has held back in it so she can care for the family. And she knows women rarely prosper in a divorce. So contrary to what many divorced men will think, women do stay because they're trying to work on it. The difference is when they reach that point of realizing it's not going to work, it's like going over a cliff. There's no going back, and the crash is inevitable.
Surprise, surprise, surprise!
Oh, this queen air quotes nagging now. That's a way to recognize the issue there. And for those of you who need translation from womanese, let me translate emotionally mobilized. That means she's either already looking at the menu for some new tube steak, or she's already ordered it and has had several servings. I.e., she's secretly back on the carousel. She got herself a Chad. You see, women do this a lot. When they're not happy, because they find out the hard way, marriage isn't just about the wedding day, it's actually about hard work and sacrifice. And they're like, I don't want to do this anymore. They come up with this crap in their head like, oh, well, this was wrong. I gotta go out there and find my actual soulmate. He's out there. Yeah, you know, Chad, Tyrone, Pookie, Ray Ray, and Rico, or whatever name you want to put on him. After he smashed a bunch of roast beef and he's used to living off of divorced women who get a healthy amount of alimony, she believes, oh yeah, he did that to a bunch of other women, but he's going to be faithful to me. And for those of you who scuffle with this Colleen said, they actually believe that in divorce, women rarely prosper. So getting half of everything, getting the house, getting the cars, getting an alimony payout with possible child support, yeah, they don't make out like bandits. The issue is queens like this will say that because they get a huge payout, but they're terrible at managing money. Even worse, they'll have an expensive boyfriend who's draining their finances. And after a while, they figure out, OMG, the new sausage is expensive. Before we move on, I want to bring attention to the fact that 79% of my viewers are not subscribed to my channel. Come on, fam. You've seen my logo on other channels, and you're already here. Please hit that subscribe button and support the channel. It really helps out. Moving on.
So I was sent another TikTok today, and it really made me think, for those of us who are stuck in the dating realm, for those of us who are single in our 40s, this is madness. And the TikTok that I was sent was about how Gypsy Rose not only managed to find a man to kill her mother, she found a man to marry her in jail, and she found another man to be with her and impregnate her after her divorce from said man that she married in jail. And the rest of us are out here just looking for someone who can communicate, who can actually step up and be like an alpha male, especially in the Gen X bracket. I am mind blown. I am mind blown. I am like, I don't even have words. I don't even have words. So for all the rest of y'all out there that have the same issue, what are you doing? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, being on dating apps is literally nauseating. It's literally giving me a headache. And I get that there's the diamond in the rough out there.
She's going to sink, Captain.
But she can't sink. She's unsinkable.
She can't float.
Whoa. Hold up there, my heavy filtered post-wall Colleen. Did you just compare the mentally unstable men that Gypsy Rose has found to the alpha males out there? What kind of comparison is that? Don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure the men that Gypsy Rose took in were not the cream of the crop. She was evidently scraping the bottom of the barrel if she's getting men to do that for her. And then you're asking how she's able to do it? Your question kind of answers itself, doesn't it? Her standards were so freaking low, she can get just about any guy. While at the same time, you say, well, I want an alpha male. In other words, your standards are through the roof, and you're questioning yourself, how is it that this nutty woman can get the type of man she wants, and I can't get the type of man I want? You can't make this up. In fact, let me roll this a different way for you, sister. You're gonna get the man that you deserve. Ruby Rose, she deserves a nutbag, so she got a bunch of nuts. You aren't getting the man that you want, so what's that say about you?
Met my fiance that passed away on Tinder many years ago. So, like, I don't knock it, but to have to weed through hundreds of frogs before you find that prince. I'm 48. I don't have patience for that. I don't know how y'all keep a roster. I don't know how you talk to 10 men at the same time. That's too much information to retain. How are you guys doing it? Because I don't have a situation in my world where I will meet somebody through work. I don't have a situation where I'll meet somebody organically, so to speak. So I kind of have to rely on the dating app option, and I'm at a loss. I'm at a total loss because I despise it. So anybody out there that can give me some extra information on where all of our alpha males disappeared to, especially anybody that's like 45 to 55, because some of us good women left would like to find some of y'all. So anybody, just anybody. You guys have a good night.
Damn!
Whoa, this post-wall queen is 48. That filter is working overtime, sister. And as to you saying, I don't have time for this, I don't have time for that, I don't have time for a roster. Let me translate that from womanese. I am desperate for a retirement plan. Now, I do feel sorry for her losing her fiance many years ago. But when she said many years ago, I'm thinking, was that in your 20s? So what happened between then and now? I'm sorry, many years doesn't seem like 1 or 2. Heck, many years sounds like more than 10. But what have you been doing all this time, sister? On top of that, let me clear something up. You can't just call yourself a good woman. That's like me calling myself the emperor of the gorillas. Just because you say it doesn't mean it's true. Men will decide if you're a good woman. A good clue for that is if you're single in your late 40s, that does not seem like something most men would label as a good woman. Here's the problem. You're not doing proper expectation management. You see, you actually believe that your 48-year-old dried out roast beef is actually a fresh taco. All right, if you didn't get that, you believe that your 2005 Hyundai with 150,000 miles on it deserves a brand new sticker. You see, these alpha males that you want, sister, they can get women that are younger than you, have less baggage than you. You said it right here that you're traumatized because your fiance passed away and you're finding it hard to date. Probably because your standards are way high while your actual SMV is way low. I would say your best bet is to stop listening to your female friends that'll tell you that you're beautiful, you're gorgeous, you're the ultimate catch. And go to some non-simpy male friends, not the orbiting simps that are trying to get into your bed so they'll tell you whatever you want to hear because they think that works. Those guys are pathetic. Why don't you actually find an actual alpha male that isn't attracted to you and see if he tells you what's wrong with you. Yeah, tell him your whole story, he probably won't pull any punches. But then again, a woman with a princess mindset like you won't accept it because you think that men have to accept your version of things. That's probably the reason why you're still alone. Moving on.
Anybody else struggling with dating after their 40s? And the games that people play and the lack of respect and lack of just morals lately? Yeah, anybody? Or is it just me? I was having a conversation the other day with my good friend Elisa, and we were talking about dating because she's over 42. She's in a lot of my videos as well. Anyways, dating is just shit. Yeah, I think people need a life lesson and just being straightforward and honest with people. If you take somebody out on a date and you're not feeling it and you know they want a relationship, but hey, you want friends with benefits, but you're going to go ahead and lead them on, make it seem like you want more just for the booty, that's wrong. You're holding up the line for somebody else that could be their person. And that's just a crappy freaking thing to do to somebody. Don't waste their time.
Some of these post-walk queens don't understand that some of the issues that they're having in their dating life can stem from creating this femme echo chamber. You see, that's just a real-life example of the blind leading the blind. You could talk to other women about their horrible dating experiences, but neither one of you two actually have the answers. You don't understand why this is happening to you. On top of that, if men tell you directly what the issue is and what they're expecting of you, you'll try a shaming tactic instead of accepting it. And then you kind of wonder, why are you still single? And I have to say there, my post-walk queen, that line of you saying, be honest, that's just rich. I mean, women don't want honesty. They cannot handle honesty. Men have to handle honesty. Men live with rejection. Women, you cannot handle rejection. Men can't be honest with you up front. You say you want it, but what you actually want is a comforting lie. And your version of actual honesty is what we call filtered honesty. On top of that, saying that, oh, if you go out with me and it's just for the friends with benefits parts and I want a relationship and this and that, wow, isn't that amazing? In other words, you want men to take you out and give you what you want, but you're not going to give them what they want in return. I'm sorry there, sister, but it is a rare happenstance when a man can be 100% blunt with a woman and get what he wants. You know who can do that? The 0.01% of men. Now, we're talking about billionaires, gigachads, the top of the line.
Don't do it. And don't ghost them. It's quick and easy to shoot them a text and be like, hey, I'm not feeling it. I like you as a friend, or maybe you don't even like him as that. I don't feel it. I'm done. Cool. Be honest. Respect their time as much as you would want them to respect yours. That's my first complaint. Second, social media has really destroyed trying to date because it gives you the illusion that the grass is greener on the other side. But what people fail to remember is that still has to be mowed. And most of the time it's an astroturf. Because ain't nothing that pretty. Me included. So, yeah. What the hell is going on, y'all? I guess I'm going to have to be single and have 50 cats. I keep joking about it, but yeah. Just be honest. Find some respect. They'll respect you for that. Anyways, that's just my nightly thoughts as I sit in my Jeep and dread going into my house. Because I got 9 million piles of laundry to fold. Anyways, happy Labor Day, guys.
You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
And like she said, don't ghost them, i.e., don't do to women what women do to men. That's not fair. I mean, Colleen, you want honesty? I'll give it to you right now. This girl is a straight shooter. The reason you're so upset and frustrated is because the men that you're dating today have mastered all of women's techniques, and they're shooting them back to you, and you can't take it. I'm pretty sure all these things that you're complaining about in your late teens and early 20s, you did it to a bunch of men. But now, your pickings are a lot slimmer, and men have a much higher value. You're complaining that it's being done to you. Ooh. And when this Cohen said that social media has ruined dating, let me translate that from womanese. I thought I could do better. I thought the grass was greener with the Chad/Tyrone that was on the other side. So when I left the good guy who was taking care of me, I got treated like a side chick. I'm sorry, this is just an example of a Cohen who got everything she wanted when she was young, took the good men for granted, dumped them. Oh, more than likely she left. And now she's looking at the void filled with loneliness with only the company of box wine and cats. Sister, men have said this for decades now. This strong and independent Kool-Aid is full of nothing but poison. But women always miss the most important thing about these rants that they go on, and that is they chose it. Nobody put a gun to your head, sister, and told you, hey, get back out there on the carousel and ride as many sausages as you can. That was your choice. And you thought that you could rock it in your 40s like you rocked it in your 20s. The only thing you're rocking now is the cheap discount laundry detergent right next to the cat litter.
Fatality.
Flawless victory. I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.